Good morning, children. Today, let's discuss the topic banking system in India, which is in the second chapter, Money and Banking. And it is well known about the banks to all. That is, banks are an integral part of our economy and it played a decisive role in the development of our country. Banks materialize the ever growing requirements of millions of people belonging to different strata of the society. A well integrated banking system is essential for a nation to attain growth with stability and more faster and inclusive growth also. A country can attain an inclusive growth through a proper network of banking mechanism. We'll discuss the definition of a bank. A bank is an financial institution which performs the deposit and lending functions. Similarly, the bank lends to a person who needs money at an interest rate. Thus, the banks act as an intermediary between the saver and the borrower. So, it is familiar to you about the bank. It is an financial institution and the deposits. The people deposits money also. And the functions of the bank, that is, the first one will start from accepting deposits, next is lending money, third one is financial intermediation, easy payment and withdrawals, risk management and economic development. These are the various functions of the banks. Next, we'll see the different types of banks in India. That is, Reserve Bank of India, commercial banks, regional rural banks, and the commercial banks we can see it is both public commercial banks and private commercial banks, and in the regional rural banks we can see the cooperative banks also. Now we'll just compare between the commercial bank and the central bank. You can see the picture here, commercial bank. And what about the commercial bank? It is also a bank. It is profit seeking financial institutions that take deposits from the customers at a lower rate of interest and make business loans at a higher interest rate also. So we can see here it provides loans for investments, and these banks are profit making institutions and do business only to make a profit. So the two primary functions are the lending and borrowing. The bank receives the deposits and gives money to various projects to earn interest also. So a commercial bank means it is a kind of financial institutions which carries all the operations related to deposits and the withdrawal of the money from the general public. That is, it provides loans for the investment purposes also. And the motive is that profit making. That is, all these institutions aims to make profit also. Here we can see the functions of the commercial banks. The first one is primary function. That is, first one accepts deposit. That is the primary function. That means it accepts deposits in the form of saving, current and fixed deposits. And the surplus balances collected from the firm and individuals are lent to the temporary required of commercial transactions also. So that is the first function. That means it accepts the deposits. Second one is provide loan and advances. That means it provides, these banks offer loans and advances to the entrepreneurs and business people and collect interest also. So it is the primary source of making profits. So in this process, a bank retains a smaller number of deposits as a reserve and offers the remaining amount to the borrowers in demand loans, overdraft, cash, credit and short-run loans also. So this is the second function. That is the providing loans and the advances mainly to the entrepreneurs and the business people, those who want to invest in the business. And that is the main aim is to make profit also. The third function is credit cash. That is, when a customer is provided with credit or loan, they are not provided with liquid cash. First, we have to open an account in the bank and then the money is transferred to the account. This process allows a bank to create money. The second one is secondary functions. That is the discounting bills of exchange. This you have studied in your last year, that is in the business. It is a written agreement acknowledging the amount of money to be paid against the goods purchased at a given point of time in future. The amount can also be cleared before the quoted time through a discounting method of a commercial bank. That means it is an agreement acknowledging the amount of the money that you will pay in the future. But you can clear before the stipulated time period also. Next one is overdraft facility. It is an advance given to a customer by keeping the current account to overdraft to the given limit. That is according to the current account in your bank, you can use money also. Next is purchasing and selling of the securities. The bank offers you with the facility of selling and buying the securities. Next is locker facilities. Bank provides lockers facility to the customers to keep their valuable belonging or documents safely. Banks charge a minimum rate of interest for such facilities also. Next, types of commercial bank. Here it is mentioned 3 different types of commercial bank. First one is private bank. It is one type of commercial banks where private individuals and business own a majority of the share capital. All private banks are recorded as companies with limited liabilities. And some examples are given. That is, first one is Bank of Baroda, State Bank of India, Dena Bank, Corporation Bank and Punjab National Bank. So, this is one type of commercial bank where private individuals and business own a majority of the share capital also. And next we will pass to the other one, that is public banks. It is those type of bank that is nationalized and the government holds a significant stake, such as Housing Development Finance Corporation, Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India Bank and Vaishya Bank, etc. So this is also, you know, that nationalized banks. The nationalized banks means all things you have studied in your last year topic, that is banks being nationalized. Next one is foreign bank. These banks are established in foreign countries and have branches in other countries also. So the head office will be there in their own countries and their branches will be in other countries also. So example, American Express Bank, etc. And few examples of commercial banks in India are SBI, that is an important bank, State Bank of India. Next is HDFC Bank, Housing Development Finance Corporation, Industrial ICICI Bank, Dena Bank, Corporation Bank. Next we will pass to Central Bank. So Central Bank is the Reserve Bank of India. That is, it was established on 1st April 1935 under RBI Act 1934. Its central office is located at Mumbai and the present governor is Raghuram Govindarajan. Next we will see what is Central Bank. It is an apex institution which operates, control, directs and regulates the monetary and banking structure of a country. And it occupies a central or highest position in monetary and banking structure of the country. And in India, Reserve Bank is the central bank of the country. Its seal is given here. Next we will pass to the features of the central bank. The first one is monopoly. The second one is apex body. The third one is government owned one. The fourth is legal entity. Next is the banker of other banks and the government. Next one is monetary authority. Next is note printing authority. Next one, nation's gold and foreign exchange reserves, backbone of the banking system, and it is the clearing house. These are the various features of the central bank. And next, the functions of the central bank. As we have discussed in the bank, what are the functions? Here also central bank is entrusted the same functions. The first one, they entirely controls the money supply. Next, they print currencies. Then next is custodian, that is the complete regulator of the cash reserves. Next is the custodian of the foreign exchange reserves. Next is clearing house. Next one is the lender of the last resort. Next one is banking services to banks and the government, issuing government bonds, and financial agent and advisor to the government.